Your GCSE DT exam is very soon on Wednesday morning, so let's run through my last minute revision tips and tips for when you're in the exam. I did A-level design technology last year and I got an A star, and I did it at GCSE with the Edexcel exam board and I got to grade 9. Okay, let's begin. The very first thing you need to know are material properties. Buzzwords you've heard your teachers say, like durable, malleable, and ductile, are all either physical or working properties which you need to be familiar with. And there's lots of times you will get maybe 1 mark for stating a property even without any explanation. I go through material properties at the start of this video, and I go on to explain in lots of detail the topic of materials as a whole. Okay, next is going to be the explanation questions. For example, explain one reason for using shape memory alloys to make the wire flowers. In these questions, you need to make a clear and short point and then give a reason for that point. If it's a 3-mark question and they want one reason, your 3rd mark comes from linking back to the product specifically. For example, a question about bleach being used in children's toys, maybe the point is bleach is hard, and by the way, hard means it resists scratches. The explanation could be something like, therefore the product will last a long time, and the link would be, it can be donated or reused by other children in the future. You want to use connectives like which means that and therefore in your answer. If you do have some time before the exam, go through some of the harder content, flip through the specification, find a topic you might struggle with, and get some information on it, whether it's in a textbook or anywhere online. Okay, moving on, you've also got to be quite good at identifying what material a product is made of and why it might be a good choice, so practice that on basic household products. And make sure you're comfortable with the drawing questions, so this includes things like isometric, perspective, and orthographic drawings. Open up a past paper question for your exam board where they ask you to draw or sketch something and look at the mark scheme. Next, about 15% of the paper will be made up of maths questions. You need to be able to do calculations related to areas and volume and working out things like maybe manufacturing costs. You do need to bring your calculator with you to the exam. For now, go through past papers and see if you're able to answer these sorts of questions. If you do AQA and you've seen all the AQA papers, look at Excel ones and vice versa. CAD and CAM are also quite important topics here, so be familiar with the software and processes. If you've got something like a laser cutter in school, you should be able to apply your knowledge about that to any sort of question. Be able to explain how CAD and CAM is used in design and manufacturing, and things like advantages and disadvantages of it. Sustainability is another one of those big topics, so revise that as well. For both AQA and Edexcel, the paper is 100 marks in total, and it's 50% of your final grade, the other 50% being your coursework, so I hope you all did good enough on that. For AQA, the maximum number of marks a question can be is 8, and for Edexcel, the final question will be 9 marks. It's one of those analyzed questions with some data and a product. Okay, I've got nothing else to say. Best of luck for your final GCSE exam. Let me know in the comments how you get on, and if you've got any questions, drop them below and I'll try my best to answer. Bye!